Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Fort Richey. Service will begin in just a few moments.
This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out. And this is the year for joining hands. Born of the lonely nights of yearning, gone on the dark and cloudy skies. All of unsteady bridges burning, all of the down and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my reason. This is the year of no more trying. This is the year of love. This is the year I turn over. This is the year I look above. This is the year to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the year I take my step, and this is the year I walk the year. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead with all the things I want to do. This is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year. 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 Words of David Roth. The music of David Roth put us in the mood of some of the things we hope for in the year ahead.
Good morning, everyone. So happy to see everybody. We're in for a treat today, a lot of live music. So I'm so happy that you're here. As we always start our Sunday service, we start by lighting the Christ candle. We light this candle as a symbol and a reminder to all of us that the Divine Spirit is alive and lives in and through each one of us. So before we begin, before we have our opening song, we always have our basket that if you'd like to throw in some extra change, $1 or $2, this helps feed our community. You can bring that money up as she leads us in the opening song.
And our opening song is a wonderful one by David Roth and Richard Richey called 100 Ways. There are at least 100 ways my good is coming to me. Oh, there are endless ways my good is coming to me. So if you know it, join me in it. If you don't know it yet, you will know it very soon. Because it's very easy to pick up. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. Join me in that. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. At least 100 ways for me to believe, and countless blessings that I now receive. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. Again, there are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. At least 100 ways for me to see. And I embrace my good, and I do believe. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. How many? There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me. There are at least 100 ways my goodies come to me.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to introduce our chaplain for today. That is Lorraine Simpson. Come up and do our daily word.
Helps if I have the microphone, I guess. Anyway, as you can see, I have put a prayer box here, and it's usually out on the table. And these are the prayer request forms, so anyone would like to fill one out and put it in. We pray over it for 30 days. Everything's confidential. And then it goes on to silent unity and is prayed for another 30 days. Okay, our word for today is power. My thoughts and words reflect my divine inheritance. When I listen to my inner conversation and reoccurring thoughts, I may hear fear-based, limiting talk, or I may hear positive words encouraging me to live joyfully and confidently. The choice is mine. Through my divine gift of power, I take command of my thoughts and my life. I release thoughts of powerlessness, and as I do, my negative self-talk diminishes. I affirm my divine inheritance of faith, wisdom, understanding, and strength with my thoughts, words, and actions. The power to live a full life is mine. I embrace insights I've gained through experience. I own my mistakes without shame or embarrassment. I am eager to learn. I am willing to try new things and stretch myself. In power, I thrive. From Proverbs 18, verse 21. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. We are so blessed to have Lorraine as one of our chaplains. So thank you. So again, I welcome you to Unity. As you know, Unity is a positive, practical path for spiritual living. We acknowledge all paths to God. Wherever you are on your path, just know you're welcome here. We trust that something today in the lesson, meditation, music, will uplift or inspire you. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, we welcome you as well. We ask that you like us or subscribe. It makes it easier to find us again, and it blesses us as well. Just a couple of announcements. Next week, we have our new minister who will begin with services. So she's starting a series, and this will be the first series. She actually is doing a whole series in the month of February that if you're on our website, you'll see this. It's all about what is unity. And it's part tied in with the unity class that she's going to be offering after the service. So make sure if you're not getting the newsletter that you sign up for that, and that's the yellow slip in the pocket in front of you. We are still currently looking for board members. To be a board member, you do need to be a member of Unity. So if that's something that's interesting you, make sure that you sign up for the classes, or no sign up, I'm sorry, just show up. There's no book, there's no fee, there's no anything. It's offered after church on Sundays and online. And all that information is within the lobby and also in the newsletter. So you can become a member, and then you can apply to be a board member. And also the classes for anyone interested in just knowing more, even if you're already a member or you don't really want to become a member, but you'd like to know more about Unity. So I'd like to welcome, do we have any new visitors here for today? We just simply ask that you raise your hand. We have some information. No? Okay, well, welcome everyone else. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to enjoy some more special music.
Thank you so much. This is a song that I wrote a few years ago, and though we are into the year already, I still sing it through January. Healthful, Happy New Year. And these are my wishes for you, and as I sing it, my wishes for myself. May these things come to be in the year ahead and through all our years ahead. May this healthful, happy new year find your thoughts all warm and bright. Live joyously this moment, and each day for you will feel just right. May this healthful, happy new year bring contentment all year long. As your heart is filled with laughter, let your life be blessed with friends and song. May the mornings bring wisdom, the night hold no regret. May you always know the peace of mind that all your needs are met. May the sun bring warmth and beauty, and on days when there is rain, may challenges roll off you like droplets down the window pane. May this healthful, happy new year lead you to insight day by day, and your lips sing out with gladness of all the good things to come your way. Live as if there's no tomorrow, loving everything you do, each moment as a birthday gift, a treasure just for you. May you find your work fulfilling, fueled by diligence and drive, a blessing of prosperity and thankfulness to be alive. May this healthful, happy new year allow ambitions to unfurl, with the knowledge that your vision and all that you do has changed the world. May this healthful, happy new year inspire you deeply from within, that you feel the truest oneness and spirit of love you've always been. You've always been. You've always been.
Already experienced. She is a composer, lyricist, concert artist. She is our keynote speaker for today. She has been a contributor for New Thought congregations for the last 25 years. She's contributed original music to Unitarian Center for Spiritual Consciousness congregations of the Tampa Bay area and synagogues, and congregations of many denominations in Florida. She has 13 published recordings, are dedicated to joy, healing, and creativity. So let's just welcome Joy Katzen-Guthrie.
Thank you so much. And what a delight it's on to be back. Is it on? Okay, thank you so much. People who have the mic are so annoying. They don't know, is it on, is it off, what should I do with it? All right, it's so nice to be back with you. And you are on the precipice of great changes, great possibilities. I'm very, very excited for you. And with change comes a little, questioning, maybe a little suspicion, a little worry, anxiety, but also just fantastic possibilities that will come from your choices. The daily word today mentioned choices. I have the power to make the choice. Possibility, defined as a state of likelihood, as in there is a strong possibility that this will happen. Or the possibility that may happen, a definition that something could happen, as in there's a possibility that I'll be done in time for dinner tomorrow. Or, and if you know me, there's a lot of truth in that. Right now. There's a possibility I'll be done before tomorrow's dinner. And another meaning of it is a thing that may be chosen from a series of options. One possibility is everybody will attend. One possibility is this or that. So possibility can be random, or so we think, but it can be mindfully chosen. And it can be likely as well, based on the actions we have taken, the things we thought, the things we've done that lead us forward. Random, likely, or a choice. All three, but I would suggest the choice is the most powerful and the most important. In Unity, we affirm, when to the human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. first time I heard that phrase. And my background is Jewish. I'm still very active in the Jewish congregation, the Jewish community, do many, many things, and lead Jewish services from time to time, and have been a cantorial singer for not quite a few years now. But when I heard that phrase in unity, when to the human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. I will say it changed my life. And when you say it with the real thought of the meaning of it, it becomes so powerful that it almost spurs you forward. When to the human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. And when I'm feeling hopeless, or the fear, the anxiety is in me so deep that I'm scared to even make a movement, that fear of failure. And it's been said that there's only one sure way to fail, and that is not to act. But the fear of it not turning out the way you want it to turn out can stop you in place. And when I'm in that place, I state, when to the human mind, this human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. And it moves me. We also often say in unity words that come from the book of Exodus. I am that I am. Some people will say, I am that I am, as a way of identifying with all people and things, all life, or experiences. Or some will say, I am what I am. And this is the most common English translation from the book of Genesis, of that moment when God provides his name, if such a thing can be said, from the burning bush as a tangible item to Moses. I am that I am. But the Hebrew words are Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh. And that is correctly translated as I shall be what I shall be. I am becoming what I am becoming. The verb to be in Hebrew is complex and its usage quite precise. And actually there are many opinions the world over what those Hebrew words actually say. But in Judaism it is translated as I will be what I will be, or I am becoming that which I am becoming. And some will even translate it as I will be what I choose to be, or I will be what transpires. Well, they're all powerful, aren't they? I am what I am, or I am that I am, places us in the now. It places us in this moment, and it connects us to this moment, and it tells us that it is not necessary to think or judge upon the past and future. But I love the possibility much more personally. I am becoming what I am becoming. Because what exactly is now? It is possibility. There's only possibility. There is only possibility. Because the now is so fleeting that every moment is really what is possible in the next. That becomes what is possible in the next. That becomes. So possibility is really all it is. And we really are all becoming what we are becoming. And God, thus, is becoming what God is becoming. Or however you define it in your mind, or envision it, or feel it in here. The Spirit, the God Spirit, the universe, whatever you call it, is constantly becoming. We know that scientifically. The universes are constantly expanding. We are told that new universes are revealing themselves constantly. New stars are forming. New planets are forming. They're discovering them constantly. There is no end. We actually have a tangible presence of an endlessness. It's difficult for the human mind to fathom. And we are part of it. Because we are endless too. Humanity is endless. Certainly as long as it chooses to be. Not if we go see a movie like, The Day the World Ended. But if humanity chooses to go on and on, humanity is endless as well. And so is all life. So God really is becoming what God is becoming. And we, as we become, God becomes. Now, I think all major faiths, and actually any faith I've come upon in my life, has acknowledged this. And a few obvious examples come to mind. One is Taoism, the Tao, which is roughly translated as the way. Tao, the way. What it actually means is the path we walk toward a destination we choose, toward a life we create. So we are walking a path. We are walking and we are creating a way toward an end of our choosing, and that is the Tao. And there might be randomness in it, but actually there is constant choice. Even a choice to go with the flow, which is at the heart of Taoism. To move with the elements, to move with the wind and the water in such a way that you're not fighting it, but that's still a choice. So each step is a choice toward a destination that we create. And in Taoism and in many ancient faiths, all that exists is duality. Two sides of the coin, if you will, the yin, the yang, the light, the dark, the soft, the hard, the harsh, the gentle, the male, the female, and everything else. And in those faiths, the Eastern faiths, we are not to judge it. We in the West might say, or a lot of us from wherever we are might say it's good, it's bad. But in truth, it's all that is. So if there are two sides to everything, then good and bad is not really part of it, is it? They are constantly changeable. They are constantly fluctuating and interchangeable. So it's likened to a mountain on which the sun rises in the morning on one side and sets in the afternoon on another side. You wouldn't say, well, the right side of the mountain is the better side of the mountain. Or you wouldn't say the right side of the mountain is the wrong side of the mountain. You would recognize that they are equal. They both exist equally. They balance one another. And if you don't like one or the other, just hang around a little bit and you'll have an opportunity to experience the opposite. Because all things are constantly fluctuating. In fact, maybe the only constant is that all is changing. All is constantly fluctuating and interacting with itself. So when we recognize that, we recognize that our choices have effects, but in the end we won't remember the failures or the mistakes as we judge them now, but rather the accomplishments, the achievements, where we got to through those steps along the way. In Kabbalistic teaching, we're told that all that exists is God speaking to God. God telling God's self a story. And we are the manifestation of that story. And as we sing, God sings. And as we think, God thinks. And as we learn, God learns. And it is all expansion. It is all growing and expanding and becoming. So we are constantly discovering, we are constantly growing. And we know through quantum physics, again, that if we put our attention on it, it expands. So we have scientific evidence of this. So what are the possibilities in each situation? And you are at the precipice of this great possibility. In addition to all of your individual possibilities in your life and the possibilities in this moment, and every moment you will have, there is the possibility of this community. And what are they in each situation? What are the choices? Because there's a tendency for us to focus on goals. Not to say anything negative about goals, except they tend to come from, it's sort of like a knee-jerk reaction that a goal comes from a judgment. As in, I should be there by now. I should be making that much money by now. I need that position so I can pay the bills. A judgment has created the goal. Now, the goal itself is just a thing for which we reach, but the judgment from which it comes tends to hinder the possibility, because possibility and becoming really comes from allowance. Allowing the choice. So, desperately trying to make something happen or pushing to make something happen doesn't create. Creation comes from the thought of what's possible and the release of it. And the way I liken this the suggestion I make for what to think about in order to really grasp that is, imagine a painter painting a canvas. Each brush of each stroke of the brush, each mixing of the colors. As the painter is painting, if there were a judgment in that of, I've got to paint this picture in a hurry, I've got to get this done, it would never get done, or it wouldn't come out in a way that was free and natural. Each stroke is a possibility. Well, this is possible. No, let me try this. No, let me use this color. Imagine a composer at the piano or the guitar playing a musical phrase or trying a note. Let me see how this sounds. Let me see how, that's not quite right. Let me try something else. Or a writer writing a book and trying a sentence, letting the sentences fall and shaping them into a paragraph. If the thought is, I got to get this written in a hurry, probably won't happen so well. Let it go. Let me think about this. What's possible? Let some words fall. No. Let me shape that a little bit. Oh, that's right. That's the direction. That's it. That is the allowance, the natural allowance that creates, and through which possibility manifests into something one desires, or whatever it manifests into. But I would suggest when you're creating that way, it manifests into something you love. So there's a statement that I read recently by Reverend Ian Chenoweth, who passed away at the end of December. If you know him, he had the Positive Christianity email, and it continues, though he recently passed away. And in it, a natural flow of prayers and thoughts about God. And he wrote that he guided himself by reminding himself constantly that impossible really means I'm possible. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? When to the human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. And what is God? A personal perception. So how with the universe, with the spirit of life, all things are possible. I started working out this year at the gym. I decided I had to take off some of this weight that I put on, no, not some, all of this weight that I put on during the pandemic, which has been a lot. I haven't wanted to face it, and I came down to that moment of reckoning that you eventually get to with whatever it is. And in this case, I decided I'm going to go to the gym, something I'd never done before. I joined a gym the first day that I was working on the machines. I was pulling this thing down, weighted thing, and I got this terrible spasm in my abdomen, and I actually bowled over from it because it was so sharp and intense. And I used to get those spasms every now and then, so it was known to me, and I could have gone to that place where I've been in the, oh, God, not this. This takes hours to get rid of. But there I was at the gym, and I spoke to the muscle, and I said, this is for you. I'm doing this to make you strong. And do you know that spasm just went away? It hasn't been back. I've discovered, and I should remember it more often, because we discover constantly, and then we have to be reminded, let's put it that way. It's easy to not stay in that thought all the time. Other things happen, you go somewhere else, and then you're reminded, oh yeah. Making a change, creating a possibility, and being in a better place can happen that quickly. It's not hard to do, but it's the remembrance of doing it. So, with that in mind, as you go forward, I would suggest some things to try saying to yourself. And to whatever it is you desire, speak to the desire. Speak to the muscle or the body part. Speak to the soul of the person in the relationship. And say what is possible. I'm doing this to feel good. This is for you. I'm doing this to be better. I'm doing this to grow. I'm doing this to have peace of mind. I'm doing this to be healthier. I'm doing this to be happy. And if you can, say it aloud. If you're in a place where speaking aloud is possible, I find anyway, for me, it makes it more tangible. Like it's there, you hear yourself say it. But even saying it in your head is just as powerful. You just hear it when you speak it aloud. And some things you might say are, I'm letting this be. Anything is possible. Feeling good is possible. I don't have to hurt. I don't have to hurt. I can feel better in 5 minutes. I can feel better tomorrow. This doesn't have to be a struggle. I can allow this. And this can come to me. This can flow to me. Good can flow to me. Good people can flow into my life. God enlarges me this day. God expands me this day. I am expanded through this moment, here and now. And as you affirm these things, remind yourself, I've got this. I've got this. I'm up for this. I can meet this challenge right now. Feel that fear. How am I going to pay that bill? How am I going to get that deadline? I've got this. I've got this in partnership with my God, if you wish to say it that way, because you speak it as you find it powerful. I am creating myself now. I create anything now. I'm one with everything. I am one with that. That is something I desire to be. I am one with it. I am loved by all life. I am nurtured by spirit. I am nurtured in this moment. I'm embraced. I feel the embrace of God. And in the moments there is anxiety. Remember, when to the human mind, nothing is possible. With God, all things are possible. Thank you, God, for lighting my path. Thank you, God, for being with me in every step on that path toward the destination I choose. And thank you for guiding me to the destination that is in my highest good. Thank you for loving me and embracing me and upholding me. I am grateful that I am becoming what I am becoming. Amen. Thank you so much.
No, leave it on. Thank you.
I'll lead you into a meditation. I'll put you into the Spirit with a beautiful song by David Alt. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. You're here to remind me of my magnificence, to help me awake to all the wonder that I am. You long to show me all the joy I'm worthy of. You're here to remind me how much I'm truly loved. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. Breathe deeply. Let your body allow this moment, allow the air that you breathe to fill you. Allow yourself to release tension with every breath you breathe out. Allow yourself to discover for an insight in exactly the way you wanted it. Or perhaps even better. More, bigger, greater, more fulfilling. In this space, in this possibility. you allow, you release. You create and you recreate. And you are creating a beautiful, loving community. And yourself within it. In the image of the God Spirit, divine love, divine beauty, divine tranquility, and divine possibility. And as you take some moments of silence, you allow your God self, the highest spirit, to direct you to possibilities that are grander and more magnificent than anything you have imagined in the past. In the silence. And now you take the paintbrush that is going to paint the next possibility. Mix the colors. Perhaps try something different, or perhaps return to one you've always loved. You have an image in mind, but there's no way of knowing exactly how that image will manifest. So as you begin painting on the canvas of your life, to envision this next moment, you let higher spirit be your partner in painting. In the strokes on the canvas and the colors
you are choosing along the way, and Spirit is guiding you as well to manifest a magnificent picture. For all these things, there is such gratitude, thankfulness for the people and the places, the resources, and the knowledge. As you bring yourself back to this lovely place, in this building that has been a dear friend, it is hard letting it go. But it will become something possible. And you move into new possibility. And create a beautiful space with beautiful guidance and holy insight and goodness and love. This is before you, and this is promised to you. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy return to your fingers, your feet. Perhaps move your neck or your body as you desire to come back to this place, knowing that you can always go back to the silence whenever you desire to help you create anew.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wasn't she wonderful, guys? Big hand for Joy. We always love having you. And it's so special to have our speaker be able to give us the live music. We just love it. We just love it. So I want to make sure I thank all the people who volunteered today, and that was Gail and Jeremiah and our ushers and our greeters, and of course our chaplains. Don't forget our chaplains. If you need to pray, the chaplains will be sitting here, staying in the sanctuary after the service, and if you'd like to pray with one of them, they will take you and pray with you. I want to remind you guys, so Pack-a-Sack is coming up this Saturday, and if you volunteered for that, please show up again. But it will be at the new location, okay? So if you need that address, please see me or Gail after the service, and we'll make sure you get that. It's right there listed. But in case you need more information, the more people that we have that show up for Pack-a-Sack, the much easier it makes it. So you'll get a chance to check out the new building at the same time. So make sure that it's 10 o'clock, new building, Pack-a-Sack. Now it's time for our offering. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, I ask that you go to our website, unityportrichey.org, and you can always hit the donate button. Now join me, please, in an affirmation. I am blessed with all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and the blessings are multiplied. Thank you, God. If my ushers could come forward. And we have another song.
Thank you. This song is by Sue Riley, whom I know joins you, as well as I. We're so blessed to have her in this community at Unity of Florida. And her song, The Goodness of God. These are the hands, this is the voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands, I lift up my voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. So as we wait, our hearts open, wide open, fierce as we pray, that we may walk in the fullness, the wonder of your grace. These are the hands, this is the voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. I lift up my hands, I lift up my voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. We hear your voice in the silence, a whisper sweet and clear. And it is then we discover your presence ever near. Ours are the hands, ours is the voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. We lift up our hands, we lift up our voice, to celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God. To celebrate the goodness of God. We see these gifts going out in the world, transforming lives, bringing to us good in return, sending out good throughout the universe, transforming possibilities to greater magnificence than ever. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And thank you, God.
So thank you guys for showing up today. It's really not worth it for us to come here and be here if you guys don't come and presence here. So we appreciate you for being here. Now, if you'd like to stand, we're going to sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let
gladly walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine.
Yes, so it is. Thank you for joining us today.
See you soon in your new home.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.